My name is Dr. Angelica. I am a professional. I got my PhD from Brown and Yale and Harvard and Oxford, from all of those well-established schools, so I am quite learned. However, despite my extensive education and my experience within the medical field, and my prodigy level knowledge over medicine, it is my unfortunate responsibility to inform you that we have misplaced your baby. This is the first time under my surveillance that something like this has happened. I do greatly apologize, but we are on the case as we speak. But we simply thought it would be it was time to tell you, considering how it has been 48 hours since the infant has gone missing, and you would have the right to know and prepare yourself in case anything bad were to happen or any rotten news were to come about that you were not preparing yourself for. So we simply thought it would be of a humanitarian perspective to inform you that your baby has been missing. Your patience and tact throughout these proceedings will be greatly appreciated. If you can remain as calm as possible as I ask you a couple of questions, that would be greatly appreciated. So that way we can further, investigate as to the whereabouts of your newborn infant. Now, the first question is, may I please have your full name and also your full name as well, please, both parents. Okay, thank you. Do you have a middle name? Okay. And then last name. Okay. Excellent, thank you. Now, your name, please. Okay, thank you. Middle name? And last name, please. Thank you. Great, thank you. We're now one step closer to finding your baby. Now, the next question I'm going to be asking the both of you is, how old are you? Okay. And then you? Okay. Now the next question is, what is your demographic, your cultural background? Okay. Yes, Hispanics are considered white in the eyes of the government. However, being Hispanic is considered more of a cultural background, but not a race. So technically you would constitute as white, but we still note down the fact that you're Hispanic of cultural background because there's a difference. But I'll just put down your ethnicity, which is? Okay, thank you. Excellent, thank you. Now for the next question, let me think. What is a great question to ask you to further our investigation? When was the last time you saw the child in question? Okay. So on its birthday. Okay. And what about you? Did you happen to see the child after its birth? Okay. So you did. Okay. Now, how is let me think. What is a greater question? Since you last saw the baby was born healthy. Nothing to worry about. That's something that I know, that I haven't noted down. It was born healthy. There was no need to move it from the baby ward. It was perfectly suitable to be, resting with the other infants. Our nurses, there was, give me one moment. There was a mention of one nurse saying that there was a visitor, but she said she didn't quite catch his name. However, she was informed that he was the father of one of the infants, so nothing to worry about. Yeah, it happened on the date that your husband ended up visiting as well, but considering how it was his infant that's missing and he's it's his baby, so he's not going to want to kidnap his own child and whatnot. There's no motive or anything like that, so I'm not going to be accusing him. Let me simply note down the information so we can have a report about it. Patience is a virtue. Please give me one more moment to finish up. Okay. Excellent. Now, may I ask, any diseases that run in the family, anything that, could be passed on to a child? For instance, a high risk of cancer, diabetes, asthma, any mental disorders of any sort? Okay. So you just have a long history of smokers in the family, but you yourself don't smoke. Okay. And then breast cancer as well. Okay. Okay. And were you ill during the labor, or were you of perfect health up until then? Okay, so healthy during labor. And was the birth natural or cesarean? I do apologize for not knowing the answers. I was not the presiding doctor over your labor, so I myself don't know. So this is information that I'm going to be needing to know. Natural. Okay. Any drugs administered? Just the epidural. Okay. Okay. And were you in attendance during the labor session? Okay. Husband was in attendance. Was there anyone else that was involved within the labor process? Any family members that were aware of the child being born? Anyone, any friends waiting for you? Okay. Okay. So family members and then one best friend that was yours. Okay. So family members and wife's best friend. Okay. Now may I have the names of your family members, please? Okay. First and last, please. The middle names won't be necessary. Okay. And the names of your family members that were present during the labor as well, please. Okay. Okay. And the name of your best friend, please, that was in attendance. Okay, Henry. Thank you. Henry, and then what was his last name? Okay. Thank you. And what was the name of the infant? I was not informed actually by my nurses. They simply told me the situation and I took it upon myself to report the information that I discovered from my nurses who had concealed it from me for 48 hours to you. I decided to relay the information upon you because I thought it would be the responsible thing to do and the honest thing to do. But what was your infant's name? Henry. Okay. Excellent. Thank you. Now, what is a greater question to ask? What does Henry look like? Is he was he born with hair? If he was, what color hair? What was his texture of hair? What was the exact skin pigmentation of your infant? Was he fair, olive, dark, tan? What were the color of his eyes? Were they light blue, which is typically the case with, newborns, or were they darker? What was the physical appearance of your baby? You don't know? Okay. What about you, sir? Do you happen to recall the physical appearance of your newborn child? Blue eyes, light ginger hair, curly, and fair skin with freckles. Okay. Now, does curly light ginger hair, fair skin and freckles run in your families? Cause no, okay. I'll simply add that in. May I have the physical description of Mr. Henry, please? No, simply because he was in attendance. I'm simply assuming that your family members resemble you, as well as your family members as well. But I simply wanted to know how Mr. Henry looked like, because he would be the odd man out, considering how he doesn't look like either of you. Okay. So fair skin, freckles, curly ginger hair, and blue eyes. And what I do know about your infant, as I saw from the report, he only had a number for a name. That's kind of protocol for all infants. It's not to make them, seem like just another number within our machine. They do mean more than that. It's just for the sake of organization, considering how there could be multiple babies with the same name, especially a name as commonly used as Henry, considering how there are two in question now. When it comes to your infant, I did read that he had an AB blood type. May I ask your blood type? A. Okay. So A blood type for mother. And may I have your blood type, please? O. Okay. O blood type for father. Okay. That's a very rare blood type. It's the universal donor, so you must be. That is one. That's a very nice blood type. May you please give your wife and I a moment to speak, please? Thank you. Okay. Just gonna wait for like 1 moment. Okay. I think your husband was the one who kidnapped your baby, because I kind of got the impression that he was very annoyed by you, and considering your answers, I can easily determine, as a doctor who went to Brown, Yale, Harvard, Oxford, Cambridge, I forgot to mention, I can most easily determine that your baby has a different father than your husband, and he realized that. And my next question to you is Mr. Henry alright, or has he also gone missing? Okay. You haven't spoken to let me just simply, father, best friend of mother, we will be needing him. We are going to be needing Mr. Henry to come in for a blood test, simply to confirm what I'm, supposing is true. So please do ask him to do such. test if he has a baby is the father or be. Okay. Now, once more, have you seen Mr. Henry for the past couple of days? You haven't come in contact with him since the birth. Okay. We will reconvene in some minutes. Shouldn't be more than an hour. When we do, or meanwhile we are taking a break, call Mr. Henry, see how he's doing, see if he picks up. If he doesn't, try and come into contact with him in any way you can. If you can come into contact with him, excellent. Simply ask him that we're going to be needing him to come in. If not, then that might be motive to hire a professional detective to come and research what is going on with your child and baby father, to put it down in correct terms, or as best terms as I possibly can, because I don't want to say anything, but the person, I think, the reason as to why your child is missing is most likely because your husband might be involved. He was the last person to go on the date of visiting that he listed. The nurse did say it was a man. Afterwards, your baby was gone, and he did seem annoyed with you, so it seemed as if he knew that the baby wasn't his. And if Mr. Henry doesn't contact us back, that kind of puts all the pieces together. So I'm going to simply put down that I informed you to call us back or to contact us as soon as possible. You know, just walk into my office. Even if I'm in a conference or something like that, I can easily put it on hold for you and reconvene at a later time with them, because this is priority number one at the moment. A baby is lost, and you know, this could be some serious drama right here, and I don't want my hospital to be involved with any sort of bad reputation as this. So was informed. Okay, so you are all set. Once more, contact Mr. Henry. If you can get a hold of him, excellent. Ask him to come in. If not, then tell us and we'll hire a professional detective to get on the case. But until then, we'll be doing our best to find your baby, so I'll be giving you a call when we do, if we do. So yeah,